everyone. I'm Vinod Salunke, working as an assistant professor in Maharishi Parshuram College of Engineering. Today we are going to start new subject, that is electromagnetic engineering in the 5th semester. I will use a presentation for explaining that syllabus of this subject. So first of all, we will see how this electromagnetic engineering, the internal mass are allotted. That electromagnetic engineering, you can see that third row, that ECC 503, having test 1 20 marks, test 2 20 marks, and average 20 marks. So end semester exam is 80 marks. Exam duration is 3 hours. Term work we have, that is 25 marks. This EME subject don't have any laboratory, as it is this EME subject is more that conceptual. So and there is most of the problematic subject. So there is no lab for the electromagnetic engineering. So total is 125 marks allocated for this EME subject. Next part is this course of you can see the different microprocessor and electromagnetic engineering having this 20-25 marks. Next part is 4 lectures allocated for per year, per week, per week there will be a 4 lectures, 1 hour tutorial we have to conduct. So total 5 credits are credit assigned for this subject. Test 1 20 marks, test 2 20 marks, as we have we know that for this subject, and average is 20, average of the test 1. End semester exam is having 80 marks. In the 80 marks, term work is for 20 marks, so that already explained. Next is course prerequisites. So before going to learn this subject, what you should know about this subject, that is called as a course prerequisites. So in that three prerequisites are there. First is vector algebra and vector calculus. This part you might have covered in the 11th and 12th science mathematics also, and in the first year of engineering also, if you are regular student. And if you are diploma student, you might be have completed in the 3 year of diploma, that is M1 M2 M3 you have covered in the diploma. So you might have covered in that range of first year, second year, and third year of diploma. So I will suggest you that just brush up these concepts, vector analysis from these books. You can refer the YouTube videos for the prerequisites. Next is various coordinate systems. So coordinate system, you should know what are the coordinate system and how they are originated. Like there is a Cartesian coordinate system. From that Cartesian coordinate system, how the spherical coordinate system is originated, then cylindrical coordinate system is there. So how parameters are vary from cylindrical to spherical, spherical to Cartesian, how they are related with each other, that you should know in the prerequisites. Next is two-port network. This two-port network part is you already covered in the network, that CTN subject, circuit theory and network subject, in the second year. So you should have the brief idea about the two-port network, which are the parameters like Z parameters, Y parameters, ABCD parameters, and H parameters. These parameters you should know, because if you are dealing with electromagnetic engineering subject, then you will require the different parameters to give the detailed idea about these subject parameters. Like subject parameters means somehow electromagnetic engineering means is communication related subject, and uh, if you are working on the communication related subject, then you should know the different parameters like z parameter, y parameters, and abcd parameter. You should know, otherwise it will be difficult to understand the concept related to the communication. So you should know the two port network. Next is sorry, course objective. What are the course objectives are there that you have to study? Course objective is to learn electromagnetics, including static and dynamic electromagnetic field and wave within and at the boundaries of the media. So electromagnetic, what is meant by electromagnetic that you should study? As in the name you can see that there is a two parts, electric part and magnetic part. So these two parts you have to study differently. First and second chapter is based on the electric part, and from the third chapter there will be a magnetic part. So we have to cover most of the part, that is electric part and the magnetic part, so you will understand the further application, that is Maxwell equations of the electric part and the magnetic part. Next is second course objective is to learn mathematical skill including vector and phasor and partial differential equations. So that you have to study, that is to learn mathematical skills including vector and phasor and partial differentiation equation by using different mathematical terms. Next is third objective is to learn electromagnetic radiation and propagation in space and transmission line. So to learn electromagnetic radiation means how the electromagnetic radiates in the space, and propagation in the space and transmission lines. This objective is very important because if you are studying that telecommunications branch, then you should know how the waves are traveling into the space, and on the basis of that you will learn the concepts in the antenna and radio propagation subject. You will learn the concepts into the satellite communication in the last year. So this is the basic topic, this is the basic subject, that is electromagnetic engineering. So you can study these terms and you will apply into the next part in the antenna and satellite. So you will have more interest in the telecommunication. Next is course outcome. Course outcome is what you will get when you complete this subject curriculum. So course outcome is after successful completion of the course, student will able to capture, explain and evaluate EM fields and key physical parameters for fields and energies in the simple planar cylindrical and spherical geometries, field within the conducting and isotopic media. So this isotopic is very important. Isotopic means when the any antenna is traveling or radiates in all direction, that is called as a isotopic. So when the how the charges and waves perform into the that cylindrical media, spherical media, and that Cartesian coordinate system, that you should know after completion of this curriculum of the EME, electromagnetic engineering subject. Second outcome should be electric and magnetic force on the charge, wires and media, sinusoidal and tangent on the TM lines with mismatched impedance and timing. So with the TM waves that you will require in the microwave subject in the last year, so you should study this subject, the transfer electric magnetic waves, that you should study, how they behave in the space, that you should study. Next part, that is topic 1. In the topic 1, as I said, this part is related with the electric field. And as I said that in the if you are going for electrostatic, you should know all the that coordinate systems, Cartesian coordinate system, then cylindrical coordinate system, and spherical coordinate system. This coordinate system you should know. Next, first is Coulomb's law. You must have studied this Coulomb's law in the physics of the, I think, engineering, or otherwise in the 11th and 12th science. You must have studied this Coulomb's law. So we have to apply this Coulomb's law, and we have to find out the electric field intensity. So what is electric field intensity? We will explain at the time of that, when we will cover that subject topic into the lectures. So electric field due to the point charge, line charge, and surface charge. So these are the three derivations. I must say these three derivations are very important for exam point of view. Out of these three derivations, there will be a fixed one derivation is there for 10 marks. So you have to be prepared with these three derivations. Next part is 1.2, that is electric flux density. What is flux and how it is related with the electrostatic field, that you should know. Next is Gauss law. As you have completed the Coulomb's law, you should also go for the Gauss law, and how it is Gauss law is applicable to the different system that you have to electric system, that you should know. And what is the relation between electric field intensity and Gauss law, that we have to elaborate in this point. Divergence theorem. What is now this divergence theorem is very important for the Maxwell equations, which is at least, I think, 5th chapter. So divergence theorem is very important. So conceptually, if you know the divergence theorem, then it will be very good part. Third part in the electrostatic, the last part in the electrostatic first chapter, electric potential, relationship between electric field and potential gradient and electric dipole. Now it is related with all potential, as like in the scalar quantity we can say that voltage, that is voltage calculations. Similarly in the vector quantity we have to find out the electric potential. So electric potential, then application of these electric potential that you should study. Next is electric fields in material space, that you should give the brief about this electric field in the material space. So energy density in the electric field and current density, continuity equation, polarization of dielectrics, capacitance of parallel plates, spherical, cylindrical capacitors with multiple dielectric boundary conditions. So now this chapter is application of the first chapter. Means if once you studied that what is electric field, then you have to apply this electric field in different medium, different structures. So that is the second chapter, that is electric field in the material space. So for the capacitance, for the inductance, how it is used, that you should study. Next is in the third part of the second chapter, Poisson's and Laplace equations, general procedure for solving Poisson's and Laplace equation. I must say this Poisson's and Laplace equation is very important as exam point of view also, because there will be a definitely Poisson's or Laplace equation derivation will be there, and it is very simple. If you go through this Poisson's and Laplace equation, you will learn that it seems to be a very simple equations. So 6 hours are allocated for this second chapter, and it is very important chapter for antenna subject perspective.